Other interesting cultural news, you have a leftist professor posting videos of himself doing adult things on campus and going viral. Which, yeah, when I say adult things, he's not paying taxes on campus. Hilarious enough, that is one of my most favorite Calvin and Hobbes comic strips when they're talking about a movie being rated, for an adult audience. And he's like, oh no, that's boring stuff. Like Dad said is taxes, which actually is true in terms of like the things you do as an adult that suck. Yeah, taxes are one of the top things. Now, this comes with thanks to Lives at TikTok, in which she says, quote, LOTT investigation, LGBTQ professor at a public university posts extreme adult videos of himself pleasuring himself, not with tax deductions, on campus. His name is Kyle Miller, a research assistant professor at, what crappy university is this? SIU, what the hell is that? SIU Medicine. He operates several social media accounts where he posts videos of himself pleasuring himself on various locations on the campus grounds. Which, but remember, we're told Republicans are weird. Right. And it goes back to Libs of TikTok saying, quote, he reportedly takes requests from users on Blue Sky, of course, on which campus location he will self-pleasure himself at. He claims that he has been almost caught and finds additional pleasure for the risk. This person is a professor who teaches students at a taxpayer-funded institution. This needs to be investigated immediately, which, yeah, he looks especially creepy, which is saying something. Now, granted, at least he did suit up in this picture that he has on the school website. And I don't want to say red flag number one, but one of the top red flags would be him wearing a bow tie, which I think the only person in the past 50 years that could pull off a bow tie look would be Tucker Carlson. I don't know anyone sane or normal who was worn a bow tie in 50 years. In fact, I don't even know anyone who owns one. Let me know, is that a red flag? If you were to show up on a date and you see a guy wearing a bow tie, what do you think? Oh dear God, what is he? What's going on here? Let me know about that. Now, his title is Research Assistant Professor, Population Science and Policy, and claims that his primary responsibilities include managing data collection efforts, proposal development, data analysis, study coordination, yada, yada, yada. And this pre-eval got 1.5 million views and 20,000 likes, which is blurred out, but if you have kids, now I should preface this whole segment of the show, cover your ears if you have trouble listening, because it's definitely not friendly. And there's pictures of him. Now they put the little black box over it so you can't see it. But yeah, it looks like he's in a classroom multiple times with, I don't know what you call it. It's a really douchey look where you have the t-shirt on, but all the buttons are done. They're undone on the front, which kind of defeats the purpose of having the shirt. It's like you have the shirt, but it's only keeping your back warm. Really weird. But yeah, he has that pose in the classroom with his junk out. And they have a picture of him in his office, apparently, with his junk out. Then even in the hallway with his junk out, which also, I mean, not just creepy and, morally vacuous, also, I mean, pretty unsanitary. Now, I don't think that would be very wise. And, wow, just that photo got 1.7 million views. Now, one of the first comments comes from Liz at TikTok. She goes, how's this person a professor? And she says, quote, says Kyle Miller. He actually posted a video of himself, campus. He admits to being in federal prison. What? A year before. He's very much anti-Trump and pro-LGBTQ, they missed the plus this time, activist. And in true, you're guilty when they got rid of his profile. Yeah, so it looks like he used to be known as the Midwest Otter on the X. And she says, the masturbating professor is gone. Was it something I said? I gained 2.5 thousand likes, which, yeah, actually missing a step in the order of operations. Usually when people get, exposed on the internet, they first disable the comments for everyone, and then they delete their own profile. So interesting that he just went straight to the delete button. Now, some of the top comments, Liberty TikTok says his profile was deleted on the LinkedIn website, which I'm sure he'll get a job working at the DNC soon. He only had 100, of course he would be in Illinois. He had only 146 friends, and he does, of course, have the pronouns he, him on the LinkedIn. Looks like he deleted his LinkedIn page. Oh, no. Now, they also say that update he's removed from the college's website. Interesting. He might actually have some consequences. Probably not. The university will probably, give him a promotion and put him in the corner of a campus. Maybe. Now, Liz TikTok said they responded with a nothing statement. They said, quote, this is SIU Carbondale. Say, quote, "We are aware of the situation and take all matters related to professional conduct seriously. While we cannot discuss personnel issues, we want to emphasize that we are committed to fostering a respectful workplace and will address inappropriate behaviors accordingly." Getting 984 likes. Sure. Valentina Gomez says, quote, "We have a bunch of pedos and groomers in our schools. Every single one should be investigated." Getting 2.7 thousand likes, which this is reason number 10,958,735,006 to not go to public schools and homeschool your kids. I don't see much of an upside these days. Anti-woke memes says pure insanity, and it looks like a screenshot from an article. It says Washington schools must teach LGBTQ history in 2025 per bill signed by Inslee. They got 175 likes. Gunther Eagleman says he needs to be removed, getting 1.7 thousand likes. Riley Gaines says EU White, getting 270 likes. E. Miles Chong says WTF, getting 48 likes. Yeah. Sir Kobayeth says, quote, "Oh, look, another Blue Sky weirdo / pedo." Is an article from Emerge saying Blue Sky sees surge in new users and child abuse material. Getting 1.8 thousand likes, which interesting how leftist platforms always devolve into that. Let's see. Dave says, "Why is anyone surprised?" And it just says the guy's profile picture, getting 452 likes. He also has those weird earrings where I think they call it the gauge earrings, and he's also a man. He has earrings. It's a red flag number 3. But yeah, he has the earrings where like they take out a chunk. Yeah, getting 452 likes. Maga's the Fix says, "This is what our education system has become, a bunch of degenerates," getting 347 likes. Yep. Any contrarian statements silencing thus far. Kelly says, "I hope this person gets removed as a professor and arrested immediately," getting 248 likes. T.S. Waters says, "Universities were long ago taken over by radical leftists where they are free to indoctrinate the young and recruit more into their depraved practices. Universities are full of easy prey for liberals, especially the public universities." Getting 471 likes, and yeah, fact check true. You look at public, most universities are just nothing more than brainwashing areas. I mean, one of my favorite books, what was it? Well, case in point, appropriately named Brainwashed by Ben Shapiro. He wrote that years ago. Obviously, I don't agree with everything he says or does, but he has some good books out there. And the book talks about the lack of real diversity of thought on college campuses. And now most college campuses, in terms of the professor and leaderships, is 98% plus leftist or liberal. There's very little diversity on an average college campus of thought, which the whole original idea was college actually was to discuss different ideals and philosophies and gain different opinions, not just be indoctrinated, which unfortunately is what I think it's become in large. Stork's Nest says, "Where are all these gross people coming from? I feel like there's really a weird epidemic happening," getting 386 likes. Let's see here. Anti-left memes says insane and evil, although it's not really MMA, it's just a screenshot of an article. Nevertheless, this article says New Hampshire YMCA hosting LGBTQ plus teen night out for minors, getting 60 likes. Quite concerning, especially what the YMCA used to stand for. The conservative alternative says, "Just like the police officers, the people who are attracted to these positions of power are often the exact people who would never want to occupy them," getting 213 likes. Yeah. As if you needed yet another reason not to go to a public school. So we'll see if there's any actual real consequences for this professor, or if he's just reassigned to something else. I mean, unfortunately, I'm pretty pessimistic just with the average university practices, but let me know what you think will happen, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I'd really appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make sure better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.